Today on Style with Trish, we are on location and we're talking to the director of the new Black Wall Street Market, none other than Matthew Hampton. So stay tuned.
Every day a woman reigns. It's time to live your dreams. Nothing's gonna stop you now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Every day a woman reigns. Every day a woman reigns.
Welcome to Style with Trish. I am your host, Trish Standley, and we are here on location at the new Black Wall Street with none other than director Matthew Hampton. Welcome to Style with Trish.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the new Black Wall Street Market.
I left off market, but it is so beautiful here. I remember when we had the announcement, because I live in the area.
Oh, awesome.
And we got the announcement that we were getting a spot finally that we all could come to. Can you tell us a little bit of history on how that was to come about?
Yes. Well, actually, the new Black Wall Street Market is a culmination of over 20 years of Mr. Leicester Bill Allen, our founder's work to really look at how do we create more Black millionaires in this country. And so his family, he's a successful entrepreneur, and with his wealth over the last 20 years, he's been investing in models and solutions. And so this is our latest solution as to how we kind of challenge and meet that challenge of how do we create more Black millionaires? How do we create bigger Black businesses?
That's awesome. And why this area? Is there a specific reason for this area?
Well, primarily, Stonecrest is home of our main campus, which at the Allen Entrepreneurial Institute. At 3235 Evans Mill, we have our hotel, our conference center, and the mansion where Oprah shoots Greenleaf. And so this is our main kind of footprint here in East Atlanta. And then also, Mr. Allen acquired this piece of property, which was a former Super Target. And we've also acquired over 300 acres of land, which will serve as the modern day new Black Wall Street International Village. So we're going to be over the next 20 years developing over 300 acres of commercial land right here in Stonecrest. So we really feel like Stonecrest is the perfect place where we as African Americans can take ownership. We can own the land, we can own the buildings, we can run the businesses. And so it's a perfect place for us to stage this economic development initiative.
And the area is starved for it. So I'm glad you guys are in my neighborhood personally. So kind of give us a walkthrough somewhat on the layout of what a person, once they walk through the door, what they can expect.
Yeah. So when you walk in the door, you're going to see over 100 Black businesses. Actually, when we did our last analysis, we actually are serving over 200 Black owned businesses. And so we feel like that's really what makes us unique in that you can come and get a taste of anything you want here at the new Black Wall Street Market. We have over 100 retailers that have individual suites. So you'll find that. Also, you'll see Aaron's Gourmet Market, where we have over 50 food-based businesses that on a pop-up basis, you can come in, you can meet the entrepreneurs, you can get soul food, you can get great teas, you can get great macaroni with crab meat in it, you can get the best banana pudding in life. And so it's kind of like a big sampler's market, but you meet the entrepreneurs, you get to learn their stories, you get to understand their why. And then if you continue to stroll down Art Avenue, you're going to run through our art gallery and where you're going to see over 100 different artisans that have beautiful art. I would venture to say our art is better than the high when it comes to African American art. And then if you keep going straight, you're going to end up right here with me and you in Maddie's tea room, and you'll be able to have a spot of tea. And so here we do the traditional English tea. We call it a Southern tea because this is where Black folks got together to come up with solutions. And so this is what Maddie's Tea Room is all about. And then if you just kind of venture over down Expo Hall, we have a row of artisans. We have retail on Choctaw. We have retail and we also have really great like insurance companies on AG Gaston. We have great tax preparers, great credit repairs, because Gaston is designed to make sure that not only can you come and spend your money at the New Black Wall Street Market, but we can help you grow that money as well.
Okay.
And so if you continue down Bourbon Street, you're going to run into our bakery, where we're right now incubating over 20 bakeries, so that our great cake ladies, you know how in the hood you always got that great cake lady,
Right.
but when she died, the cake is gone. And so there in our bakery, we're working with those 10 bakers to make sure that they develop a solid business and that they actually have something that will have generational impact. You know, we got to get Miss Fields out and get some of our black folks in.
Right.
And then if you keep strolling, you're going to hit the Pink Line. That's our jazz club. We just opened on Mother's Day.
Okay.
And so the Pink Line is a great place to come and have an intimate, great dining experience, a great jazz experience. And then if you keep going, you're going to hit Big Mama's Porch and have some of the best soul food in your life before you hit our other 12 restaurant establishments right there on Greenwood Avenue, where our community stage is. And so that's the whole 125,000 square feet. You can have a real 360 experience.
Really, I mean, it's something. It's an occasion. It's not something you can do and knock out in one day. You have to come multiple times.
We sure hope you will.
So you mentioned a stage back there. What is that open to the public? Is it just when things are going on here? Just from the entrepreneurs that are here, is that open to the public to utilize?
Yeah, that actually is our community stage. And so that gives us an opportunity to engage with, great choirs, great youth groups who want to do graduations. I think we have a graduation coming up with a boys' school. Okay. And so that's how we kind of can do our give back and bring the community together. And so the Greenwood community stage is designed exactly for for community engagement.
So this is a one-stop shop. And I think that's a beautiful thing and a great idea to bring in those type entities, because you're bringing traffic in here for the entrepreneur as well. I think that's amazing. I am going to check out part of it. Had some shoe issues, so I couldn't walk all the way.
Well, we got a shoe store. We got a flat shoe store.
That's what they said.
Brigitte will take care of you. Just go right down to Madam C.J. Walker's. That's the one I forgot.
Okay.
Madam C.J. Walker's. I can do anything to you on Madam C.J. Walker. I can put shoes on you. I can wax you. I can cut you. I can esthetician you. I can microblade you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You go down Madam C.J. Walker, you come out brand new woman.
Absolutely. We were at a event today. We were able to partake in that. Can you share a little bit what that program was about?
Yeah, this was our Memorial Day celebration. Okay. We're commemorating the 101-year anniversary of the burning of the original Black Wall Street. And we also are celebrating our new and upcoming entrepreneurs. And this year we chose to really focus in on our food vendors. Okay. We had a Taste of New Black Wall Street competition yesterday. And so we used competition to kind of stir the pot, if you would. But Pastor Jamal Bryan did an excellent job of delivering a message that really just kind of talked about the seriousness of economic development, the seriousness of bringing about economic development in our community, of purchasing black and making sure that you're intentional with that dollar. And so he delivered an awesome message this morning. And then we were able to give out a few awards to some deserving black businesses. Because that's really what it's about, is celebrating that black entrepreneurs, celebrating what they're doing to take it to the next level and be those pioneers in our community.
And then they also mentioned a bank would be coming here soon. Can you share whatever you can?
I'm happy to share about that. That was an exciting announcement. It surprised me because I wasn't in that meeting. But Citizens Trust Bank, they said they wanted to do something really dynamic here. And so our goal is to open 1,000 bank accounts, savings accounts, business accounts between now and Juneteenth. And again, what we're trying to do here at the New Black Wall Street Market is every opportunity that we have to celebrate those things that we want to offensively see happen in our community. We're using this place to make it happen. And so on Juneteenth, we're going to have 1,000 black folks with some new financial resources. And that's what this place is all about. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Wonderful. We got more to talk after we take this quick break. We will be right back. Hey guys, this is Trish Standley. Catch up on season 1 of Style with Trish by going to trishstanley.com. If you are not able to catch the show on YouTube, make sure you go to my website, trishstanley.com, and check out our podcast. This is a place where the everyday woman reigns. trishstanley.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Gibbs, owner and operator of Gibbs Enterprise. We do home improvement, home repairs, deck rebuilding, deck construction, plumbing, and carpentry. You need it, we can do it. Just give us a call. Interior painting, exterior painting, pressure washing, drywall repair. You need it, we can do it. Demo work, you need it, we got it. Call us up at 770-713-2059. We do great work for great prices.
Hi guys, it's Dr. Cassandra Parks Evans, affectionately known as Dr. Sand, and this is your segment of Let's Learn Love. Hi, this is Dr. Cassandra Parks Evans with Let's Learn Love. We're talking about new careers today. You know, during this time, we've all explored different things, especially after coming out of COVID. You know, we figured out that life is different and we may want to do something different with our lives. We realize that life is too short. So one of those things may be a new career. But what are the steps that we do to realize if we want a new career or not? One of the things that we can always start by doing is thinking about what we like to do and what we love to do. That's always a good indication on if we are really wanting to go to a new career that goes to something that we really like. The second thing that I always will say when it comes to a new career is investigate it. You know, find out what the ins and outs of that particular thing are. You know, try to find as much information that you can about it so you can come to a realization if this is something that you really would like to do. Something else that you can also do is once you realize that you want to change careers, invest in yourself. That may mean going to a college. It may mean taking a class online. It can mean, you know, maybe just shadowing somebody that's already in that profession that you want to know about. So think about your different options when it comes to your career in that form and fashion as well. But the last thing I will always say is before you make that crucial jump to a new career, make sure that you're financially stable. This is one of the hardest things that we realize once we take that step is I didn't plan enough financially for it. You know, there's a upkeep, there's startup, there's also making sure that your household is running as well during these times. So you want to make sure that you factor in all those when it comes to a new career. Let me know what you think at letslearnlove.com. And until then, love and blessings.
Welcome back to Style with Trish. We're continuing our conversation with Matthew Hampton, the director of New Black Wall Street Market.
You got it.
I always leave market off. I don't know why.
It's all good.
But we had a conversation during the break that I kind of wanted to expound on, and that was how you all develop. You're not just an entrepreneur here. You develop them as well. Can you share that?
Right. When Mr. Allen created it and founded this place, our mission is to increase the number and size of minority and women-owned businesses throughout the United States and globally. Mm-hmm. So this is not just a real estate play where we're trying to take a piece of real estate, chop it up, and make a lot of money off of it. Mm-hmm. We really are trying to grow Black businesses. And the first part that you have to deal with is the mindset.
Right.
And so we instilled and we basically created a training system so that we can deal with mindset first. Then we've got to deal with some of the problems that are inherent to Black businesses. So we dealt with the limited amount of access to capital. We made sure we brought the rates down so that it was affordable and businesses could be stabilized. And then we also had to deal with making sure that a lot of those a lot of those false narratives about Black business, that we had to dispel that. So all of our merchant members have to go through customer service training. Okay. As Black people, we demand great customer service, but oftentimes when you go to a Black establishment, you may not get the best experience. And so we knew that we had to deal with those kind of things. And so we have ongoing training. Okay. We meet as a community every 2 weeks because this is like one big old Black family. And so y'all know what it's like, get through them holidays. So we got holidays every day. And so we meet as a community. We work through the tough stuff. Right. We figure out when things are wrong, how we correct them. And so we really have to deal with this in a holistic manner. So we go far beyond just renting space. We really are developing entrepreneurs. And it's really awesome to see the families that are involved, the kids that are working, the new cars that are being bought, the new homes. But to see that economic growth happen right here is really awesome.
Yeah.
And we have some really, really dynamic entrepreneurs that we've been blessed to come in our pathway.
And how many entrepreneurs do you have currently?
Right. So currently we're serving about 200 entrepreneurs through all of our programs consolidated.
Okay.
And we still have not opened up our barber and beauty shops. We still have to open up some more of our food court. So that number will go to around 300 ultimately through the new Black Wall Street market.
Okay. Yeah, because it was some people who had came before and they were like, oh, it's more things open now than it was back then. So it's an ever growing
It is. And actually, a credit again to our founder, Mr. Bill Allen. We knew there were things that were time sensitive. We wanted to make sure we had something to show the world at the 100-year celebration 1 year ago of the burning of the original Black Wall Street. And so everything wasn't put together. We still have 2 of our restaurants to bring online. So yeah, we're continuing to bring that. And to us, what it does is it gives you something new to expect every time you come here. I'm working right now with our touring team because we want to do a tour of the Greenleaf Mansion and give you experience when you come back to the new Black Wall Street market. So it's the job is still out there. We got a lot more to go. We're at about 80% right now.
Okay, that's good. We were talking also during the break about the importance that you're training the entrepreneurs to have good customer service and all of that. I say this all the time on my show. But I'm curious to find out from you, why is it important for the customer to be, how do I phrase it? It's good to be a good customer.
Certainly.
As well. Share some of the experiences that you may have experienced here.
Well, yeah, I mean, every day we strive, and one of the things that we talk about here and we preach is excellence at a minimum, but so often what I found, and some of the most challenging parts, if I can vent for a moment with you, have been when we've had those slip ups, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, we as African Americans, I think we all sit there and we say we do support Black business. I'm pro-Black. I'm for my people. But when we have an incident or something that isn't right, we're a lot harder on Black businesses. And we felt that as the market, just to be very frank. We've had slip-ups. We've had disgruntled relationships with everything ain't rosy peaches in new Black Wall Street land. But a lot of times when I look at the social media comments or the comments that come out, we can be a lot harsher on ourselves. Lennox can have a leak and it's just a bucket and a leak in the corner. But if I have a leak, it's news and I got to deal with the media. And so, I think that what's important is never to make excuses because we've got to perform. We've got to be better than the white businesses in order to take their business.
Right.
But at the same time, I think you're right. We have to also look and check ourselves and be like, oh, am I being that Black person about this issue? Because I think that what it goes to is that our self-esteem issues sometimes.
Right.
And just being overly critical of Black businesses. And so, again, we're going for excellence at a minimum. And if we slip up, tell us we slipped up, but do it in that loving way.
Right.
You know how your mama do when you slip up? She might whoop your butt, but she gonna tell you she love you after she whoop you.
And if you see it and you look at it as if this is family, and we are, and we say we, because this is us, doing it, you want to come in love. You want to correct. You also want to give a second chance. How many times do you give, I will share this. I made a commitment a little over a year ago that I was going to buy Black-owned, just Black-owned. Of course, I could not do it for the grocery store because we need one of those. Hint, hint.
We work.
Okay. I could not do it in the grocery. That was the only area where I really found it difficult. And all I had to do was Google. It's just as simple as Googling. And when I Googled Black nail salon, boom, found 3 in my area. When I Googled what else? Black beauty supply. We've interviewed a lady who's been in the beauty supply industry for 14 years now. And so it takes work and it takes time. Did every single one of them, was I happy with them all the time? No, but I was patient. I hung in there because that's like family. They're going to learn and grow as time goes on. And I think that's what you're saying here, especially with having that extra nugget of being trained in customer service. And I think like you said, we have to check ourselves as customers and say, is this really worth that much attention?
Right. Right. And I see it in so many ways. Like, you know, one of the things because we have a beauty supply company here, Zoette Beauty Supply. It's owned by two young ladies. And oftentimes, even my daughters, I'll hear them say, I'm like, why don't y'all go buy that at the New Black Wall Street Market? And they're like, ooh, the black stores, they high. And I look at the numbers and it may be $1 or $2. But we have to recognize that the only way that we're going to break some of these long time economic problems in our community, sometimes you may have to eat an extra $1 or $2.
Right.
And buy black. And so sometimes that has to happen because there are economic fundamentals at play that make that curl juice or whatever it is $2 more when you go to a black establishment.
Right.
And again, you know, I certainly don't want it to come off that I'm trying to get excuses. Like, we are in business. We have to be good entrepreneurs. We have to work hard. We have to deliver a superior product or service. But oftentimes we need that. I love the way you put it. We need those great customers that are going to continue to advocate for us and continue to be the cheerleaders, the supporters, and ultimately the people who help grow these businesses.
Yeah, I would pay $2 more for a black-owned beauty store any day before paying and shopping and going and being followed everywhere I go, being talked to like I'm nothing, and I'm still giving them my money. I would pay $2 more to keep that money in because when you think about it like that, you're not paying that much more. $2 is not really a whole lot more when you're treated the way you should be treated.
Yeah, and you make me think about, I had a situation just yesterday. We had a tasting, and one of my entrepreneurs, he didn't like the fact that people had to buy tickets to the tasting before they could get to his food. And he came up to me, he was very upset. And he was like, I lost money because y'all did that. And I had to just kind of, he a big guy, like he bigger than me. And so I had to just kind of grab him and be like, look, first, we're not going to yell at each other in front of people.
Right.
And secondly, what you're going to do is look in my eyes and tell me you think it's any way, shape, form, or fashion that I didn't want you to make more money yesterday. And he just looked at me and he was all puffed up and mad. And he just had to say, just get away from me. I can't, you always work it out. I was like, but I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
Even when you correct, it's a way in which we can correct.
Right.
Hey, sweetie, I love your business, but let me tell you where I saw a little bit right here. Now, I'm buying this, but we could improve over here, and I'm going to be back to see if you improve.
Right.
There's a way to be a great customer. And so, again, we want to make sure that we get some great customers from the Atlanta Metro and all over the country to come here to the New Black Wall Street Market.
And share where you're located again.
So we're located at 8109 Mall Parkway in Stonecrest, Georgia. We're right off of I-20, about 17 minutes outside of the city. And we're right near Stonecrest Mall. And so it's very easy to find us. And that was one of the keys to this development, is that we don't have black folks in somewhere that's not a type A environment, that's not in the retail pathway. Because of Mr. Allen's resources and his ability to acquire this building, we have black folks right here in the heart of the retail district here in Stonecrest, Georgia. And it presents really great opportunities for us to grow businesses.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, Mr. Matthew Hampton.
My pleasure.
He's the director, once again, of the New Black Wall Street Market.
Thank you so much for coming out.
All right, thank you so much, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, guys. This is Trish Standley. Catch up on season 1 of Style with Trish by going to trishstanley.com. If you are not able to catch the show on YouTube, make sure you go to my website, trishstanley.com, and check out our podcast. This is a place where the everyday woman reigns. trishstanley.com. I'd like to thank my guest today, none other than Matthew Hampton, the director of the New Black Wall Street Market, located here in Lithonia, Stonecrest, Georgia. Make sure if you're in the area or surrounding areas that you come out and check out this place. It's beautiful. It's huge. It's beautiful. They have done a wonderful job. You can get almost just about everything here at the New Black Wall Street Market. And make sure you tell a friend. There's going to be some amazing events happening during the month of June in celebration for Juneteenth. So stay tuned for what's going on at the market. You guys take care. And as I always end off, love isn't love unless you give it away.